Hey guys, Big Kevin's here. Man, I hope I can hear you guys can hear me. This is just driving me crazy. Can you hear me now? Hey guys. Oh, hey buddy. We are live. Can you hear me now? Oh man, I hope this works better than it did yesterday. Yesterday, boy, that was horrible. Oh man, oh man. How am I doing? Well, I'm good. If you can hear me, I'm doing good. I got two viewers right now. I appreciate that. Yeah, I've been trying. This is this is very new to me. All of this YouTube, social media is all new to me. So I apologize for not really knowing what I'm doing. I'm just learning by mistakes. My whole life has been that way. So I apologize. But yeah, right now we're doing pretty good. Right now we're live. Um, um, so far we are live, and it's just again I just apologize when things aren't working good. But right now I hope they are working good. Just take your time. I hear you, buddy. I feel like a little kid opening up a package, because again, this is all new, and I appreciate you guys' patience. I got 5 viewers. Boy, I'm a happy dog. But yeah, you know, the last couple of days I've been trying these different um, storylines out. Today I did a still box, and I just narrated on it, and that turned out pretty good. I had pretty good comments of it today, so I'm pretty happy. How are you guys doing? Where is everybody at? Can you guys give me a comment saying what part are you guys viewing from? I'm trying to read and talk at the same time. Again, you guys, I don't have a co-host. Oh, you guys, Memphis, man, you're very close. You're close to me, because I live maybe oh an hour and a half out of Nashville. I'm in Hanson, Kentucky. Sun popped out at the end of the day today, so that's kind of nice. I'd like to go to Thailand. That would be kind of nice if I don't get in trouble. My I get in trouble with women, just especially in hot climates, because the hotter it gets, the more weight I lose. Hey, you guys, boy, I got 6 viewers. You know, this really means a lot, because you know it's kind of nice to BS with everybody, and it's just nice to sit down and chat and let you guys chat all around us too. I want to go back to the Philippines. Well, yeah, I miss where we lived. School's starting pretty soon, so my daughters, they all going to be going back to school. So that's going to be kind of nice. My kids get to go see their friends again. Okay, you're about 15 minutes away from. Okay. Yeah, I'm not very familiar. I only know my area around here, in Hanson, Kentucky. It's right up. It's right next to Madisonville. Yeah. Uh, yeah. I kind of miss. I'm sorry. I kind of miss Seth. I hope everything is doing good with him. You know, it's he's been a very big inspiration for me, and I listen to quite a few of you YouTubers that have their own Facebook. I mean, their own chat rooms and stuff. And some of the guys, they're not really worth looking at their homepage because they're just really ugly people. I'm not gonna say no names because you don't want to offend anybody. Yeah. Okay. I am 5 hours from. Okay. Uh, Seth is, yeah, yeah. He is a cool guy. I like Seth's style. He has unique voice and he has a unique style of his charisma, and he's just a he's a pretty interesting guy. I mean, I like to smack him around like a little brother, but yeah, he's pretty good. I also like Tuck Kelly. He's he's been real nice to me, very nice to me. He talks to me on my Facebook, and I like him. He's a pretty decent man. I like to hang out with him, have a couple. Well, when I start drinking, it's not good because I don't stop until you got to pick me up. So that's not good. Yeah, I've been sober for the last since 2014. So I've been on the straight and narrow, man. So yeah, drinking is not good. I've been trying to get get things back in order, trying to get things um, just just in order. Yeah. How's my weight going? Hey man, I've been losing weight. Last week I went to the doctor and I was at when I first started out I weighed um, 444 pounds. Now then when I went to the doctor last week I weighed 434 pounds. So I lost 10 pounds. That was roughly a pound a day. So I won't weigh myself again until the end of the month. But my goal is roughly to lose 100 pounds. I look like a UFC fighter. Hey, when I was in high school, I did that. I did wrestling, and I did all kinds of sports. I did football. Hey, if you guys got kids, don't let your kids play football because when they get older, man, my legs are all sharp. My back hurts, and it's just that contact sports is pretty hard on your body, especially because the older you get, the more you feel it. And when I feel it because I'm packing too many extra pounds. So yeah, no, I haven't. Oh, hey, I'm up at 9. I got 9 visitors. I appreciate you guys. Seriously. I mean, right now I don't have a fixed subject to talk about. Um, but we could talk a little bit about the Philippines, what I did, what got me to the Philippines. Well, I'll just open up the first page with how I got to the Philippines. Um, when I was in Alaska, I was married to an Alaskan Eskimo for roughly 17 years. And that was a rocky marriage. My wife, I met her through her sister. I was a bouncer in a bar in Anchorage, and I was going out with her sister, and my wife. Then, I mean, before I got married, she was in the National Guard, in the Army National Guard. So I met her through the National Guard. So yeah, but through time, I see my job later on. I worked at a mining company out of Vancouver, a zinc mine, and I worked at the mine for 2 weeks straight, um, 12 hours a day, and then I would go home for 1 week, and then I would fly back to the mine for 2 weeks. So I had a 2-in-1 schedule. And my ex-wife, she was a gambaholic and a um, she smoked marijuana like cigarettes, and that's not a good combination. I never smoked, and I despise gambling. So, but yeah, it was that kind of stuff was kind of hard. And yeah, I did live. But I lived deep in the bush. Uh, the bush in Alaska, not the other bush. And the the uh, it was nice. We had a nice house in the Eskimo village. No, we don't live in igloos. We had houses back then. Pretty nice houses. They're all prefab houses. They shipped them up in a barge up the river. And I lived up by Norvik, by Kotzebue, past Nome. Um, in the summertime, the weather was killer hot, maybe 80, 90 degrees. So it was very hot. Uh, Mosquitoes everywhere. Uh, Not many bugs, but a lot of mosquitoes, a lot of gnats. Yeah, yeah. So that part, I didn't mind it, but my marriage was kind of rocky. So one day I went online and I seen this Yahoo. So I prescribed for the Yahoo, and I just looking around, talking to different people and stuff, and I found this girl from the Philippines, and she started talking to me, and she got my attention, and things didn't work out with her, but I kept on going to the Yahoo and talking and looking, and I met this other girl, and I did go to the Philippines to meet her, and I said, "Boy, I like it here. This is a nice country," and yeah, Yahoo was awesome, but I think it got outdated. I think they just got sold to Sprint or Verizon. One of those companies bought Yahoo. Oh, okay. Uh, yeah, I'm not saying that it was bad meeting her. But she was my girlfriend, and I went to Iloilo and for like a week, and I looked around and I liked it, so I went back to Alaska, and I sold everything, and I took half of my 401k out of my retirement, and I told my boss at the mine that I was going to quit, and I give him my 2 weeks notice, and he told me not to do it. He said, Kevin, see, at the mine, we have a 500-man camp, from office workers to miners to drillers to loaders to blasters. So we have everything at the mine, plus the catering and the housekeeping. And my bosses, even the big wigs, they told me that, Kevin, don't go to the Philippines because this and this and that. And I heard them, but it was going in one ear and out the other ear. And these guys been to the Philippines because our modules at the mine, they were all fabricated in the Philippines. So they were there at the Philippines, and they knew firsthand what was going on, and how, they knew the ins and outs of that kind of society, different people's personalities, and they warned me about going. But I was thinking with the little head, and I wasn't thinking with the big head. Okay, and my big boss, he took me when we went into Anchorage on our R&R. He took me aside and he took me out for dinner and a couple of drinks, and he told me, Kevin, don't do this. And he said, we're going to have things changing at the mine, and it's going to be a good opportunity for everybody for them staying there. And again, I didn't listen because I wanted, I already in the motion of going to the Philippines, and I just kept on going, and without, like, I had blinders on, okay? My bosses and the higher people, my friends, they seen the big picture and they knew more than me, but I didn't think I didn't think that they knew what they were talking about. Anyway, I went there, and um, my girlfriend, my business partner, the one that I opened up my internet cafe with, she was a professional scammer, and she knew that I was too gung ho, and she had her plan, and she had everything moving in her direction, and she was pulling me along like a bull with a ring through its nose, but that's how I was. Um, and yes, yeah, you're right. A lot of people get lucky on Yahoo, Facebook, these other different places. So you are very lucky. I mean, but this was my hard luck. Not everybody. I hope not everybody will experience my my folly. You know. um, yeah, you got that right, buddy, Richard. Uh, you're very right, because again, my big head was letting my little head do the listening, and that little head has more power than the big head. I'm sure most of you realize that already, because I can't be the only the only person that let the little head did the thinking. And I did cash out a lot of money, and I did carry a lot of money with me when I went to the Philippines. Even though I had credit cards, I also had hard cash. And um, some people ask me how did I carry a lot of money with me, and I had it. I had the money. I had like a fanny pack, and this was back in on my late 1999 when I first went to the Philippines. So I didn't have to take off my fanny pack. I didn't have to take off my coat or my shoes and stuff. So I just walked right through the security gate with the money on me. And so that part wasn't really that scary. But yeah, living in the Philippines, having business is a very good experience. I had a great time for the first 3 years of my business. Um, it's not easy to to admit when you're wrong, and it's a bitter taste in your mouth when you when you make a mistake. And I opened up my business, and I start buying mass amounts of products for my business, computers, brand new computers. And I hired these guys to build um, my internet cafe, Filipinos, and they brought family members in to do the construction work. Oh my gosh, it took days just to do one little area, and it was they were milking the system, they were milking me. And again, it was just a little bit difficult for me to reason with their thinking. And so I had to get rid of a lot of the workers when they were building my place. But yeah, it was difficult. Can you guys hear me okay? Again, I got the sound turned off. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I felt like I was a walking felt like I was felt like I was a walking ATM. Man, my ass was pulling out money all the time. I mean, big big amounts. I mean, 5 by 5. I hear you, buddy. Yeah, I appreciate. We're up to 14 listeners. I appreciate you guys taking your time and bear with me for what I'm saying, because again, it feels like I'm talking to myself. Because I don't hear no voices, I don't hear no nothing. I'm just looking at my screen, and it's just a little bit funny because I don't have no feedback. But I appreciate I'm reading some of your messages at the same time. Yes, I would love to go back to the Philippines because my daughters are there, and um, I think I would like to get them back. I'd like to get them to the U.S. because I don't think the way that things are going in the Philippines, I don't think maybe that it's a environment for my kids. So that's what I think. But uh, I need to get more financially sound. Um, One of my big mistakes one of my many big mistakes. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to put it that way. Um, was when I was gone for so long, when I was in the Philippines for over 13 years, I lost my Social Security. I didn't lose it all the way, but you know when you work and you put years into your Social Security earnings. Well, I was gone for so long, I lost that privilege of like getting um, what do you call it, disability through the Social Security, because I haven't worked for so long that I don't have no points. My points vanished. Yeah. So that part was kind of, that was a real big mistake that I lost. So okay, I'm just gonna take a look at you guys' messages for a moment, you guys. But if I would I do it all over again? Yeah, because now I'm a lot smarter of the system, and I have more ins and outs of what was going on. So you know, it's just I went to the Philippines blinded, and I thought I knew a lot, and I acted like I knew it all, and I was very sadly misinformed. Yeah, and at the end, I mean, see, uh, when I was in the Philippines, at the end when I lost my business and when my son passed away, I went into a I went into an alcohol binge, and I started drinking and partying, and the more drinking I did, the more mental blaming I blamed my son's mom for my son passing away. Because I was in McCullen and they were in Iloilo, and I was doing work over there in McCullen, and I was selfishly blaming other people why my son passed away. You know, it wasn't nobody's fault. It was his time to go to our Heavenly Father. But I did the drinking, and the drinking made me blah blah blah. So that part was hard on my son's mom and people that was watching me do a spiral. And at the end, my son's mom told me that it was enough, and for me to move to a different place. And then when I did, I had my other girlfriend at the time, and uh, Josie already had my daughter Star, and so I went back to them because see, I was going back and forth to each of my kids' moms, and I like I said, I mean, I don't, I didn't appreciate having one good thing, and I was greedy, and I had to have more than one, more than one flavor. I was unsatisfied. So yeah, that was. I mean, like I said, when you're surrounded by so many pretty women and like so much, like for me, women are like eye candy. and it was very difficult to. Uh, I felt like I was being tempted all the time, and they would smile and look at you, and like I said, it's a single man's paradise is there when you play the cards right, and when you have a good thing, you ought to keep what you have. So, yeah, it's a difficult, hard place to relocate. Um, I should have waited until I was a lot like my age now, before I could collect more of my savings, more of my 401k and stuff, because I had big chunks of 401k, and I only got half of it out. And when I left the Philippines, I went to Guam, and one of my church members, he's a friend of the lady, one of the agents at Merrill Lynch, and he talked to her, and they talked to my 401k provider, and I had a big chunk. I had a big chunk of 401k that I didn't know about. I thought because I got divorced when I was in the Philippines. My ex-wife, she filed a divorce, and she kicked me out also. So yeah, I feel a little bit like a loser, but I mean, you got to learn, and hopefully, when people hear my stories and stuff, that this is real. This is like real life stuff that happens, and it's not the storybooks where you turn on the TV or Netflix. This for me, this was real. Like it went from a fantasy, uh, happy-go-lucky joy ride, and at the end, it almost took my life. So I mean, again, you got to take things serious when you are out and doing things, just because you never know when it's your time. Did I lose you guys? Okay. Well, no, well, yeah, I felt like one when they were helping you. Yeah, yeah. No, I was just inexperienced, and I didn't about my labor when they were fixing up my business. Yeah, I felt like I had to be like an octopus, like a guard dog, watching everybody for like 12 hours a day, and I had to watch everybody because people are a little bit crafty. Is that a good word? Crafty. You got to pay attention what people do, because they'll try to pull wool over your eyes. Well, it's the Philippines and the Far East is a single man's paradise. You know, to be faithful, it's difficult to have that kind of, because the older you get, the more flaws you get body wise, and you get gray hair. And when you go to another country, you see all these pretty girls giving you attention that we didn't get at our original place. So when we are when we drowned by all this flattery and smiles and girls giving you attention, it's a temptation that a lot of people have, but they don't know how to react. And again, a lot of guys, included included myself, I felt like a little kid in a candy store, because this is what um, this is like a good dream. I mean, you have pretty girls, and you have all these. You have money in your pocket. You got good jingle. And you think that money is not going to go away because of the prices are inexpensive when we get there, right? But in time, um, the prices start becoming like American prices, and you start pinching pennies, uh, especially like in a taxi cab, because those taxi cab drivers will try to uh, pull a con on you, to be a con man, and you're the one that gets like pulled around like a you're on a puppet string. Yeah, well, yeah, I felt like I need a bodyguard to keep me from them always. Yeah, because well, that's true because yeah, Chuck. Um, yeah, my little head when it comes to women, it's not easy to deflect. What kind of advice would I give? What kind of, what would you some advice you would give to someone going to the Philippines? Go there with a friend, okay? Um, let that advice. That's a good question. I would go there with an open mind, and I wouldn't go there like how many girls I can visit. I don't want to. That's one thing. Uh, I wouldn't go out to the clubs so much. Um, I would go out to a smaller city. Like Iloilo is a wonderful city because it's a medium-sized city. Um, I understand Cebu is a decent-sized city. Manila, that's just too big. But I would go to a smaller city and hang out and learn a little bit of the ins and outs. Um, what kind of advice would I give? Um, think twice about a business. because my business partner, I asked her if there was how many internet cafes was there in my location that I'm at, and she, honest to goodness, she said, I don't see none around. You know, what do you mean you don't see none around? And then I got there, and I opened up. Got out the taxi, and from my eyes, from my vision, I counted seven internet cafes just right there where I'm at. So yeah, really think twice. Is it worth going to the Philippines? Is it worth giving up everything? Some of us was have like a wife, kids, family, friends, family members, and like you plan on going there forever. You plan on staying there. Is that what you want to do? My computers when I left, she stayed open for like 6 months later, and she took all the computers and my billiard tables, and she took everything and went to the Providence. We're at her mom's house, and her mom had a like sorry store, and they scooted most of the merchandise in the sorry store over, and then they put a lot of the computers inside there. So my computers, they got relocated to another place. That's all. Okay, you okay? I I didn't bring more than what? That's all. Just $1,200. How long did you stay in the Philippines? Well, I think the computers today, I think they're all like the shelf life of computer in the Philippines is maybe a year until you gotta replace the motherboard, until you replace the keyboards, until you start replacing the fans. Um, it's very difficult to maintain and upkeep a desktop computer. Uh, okay, that's a good question. Um, how did I feel about the Philippines after I was attacked? Um, Real good, because the scar on my side of my head, at the doctors that patched me back together. I was at the prenatal clinic, and those doctors there did a decent job on taking out the bone, the splinters out of my skull. Um, and they didn't have no fancy um, equipment, and they patched me up real fast. Well, maybe not real fast, but they did a decent job putting me back together, my head wise. Um, I have a little bit blurry vision in my eye, but that's just because of the trauma that I got from the black eye and um, nerve damage that happened in my temple. But I feel good about the Philippines because um, a lot of people came to my aid. They were very in the people in the Philippines are very stand-up people. Okay, the majority of the people was very stand-up, and they was very professional at the hospital. Um, and they took care of me, and it was I got no complaints. Um, I do got nerve damage right now, still from my head. I still have uh, massive headaches when we have low pressure come in. Um, so that part is is I will have forever. But no, I care for the Philippines. Like I said, they were good. Um, my doctor, you guys, um, my doctor called the U.S. Embassy and they told them what happened, and they wanted like assistance. That the U.S. Embassy would give me assistance and stuff, and literally the U.S. Embassy said that they are not a charitable organization, and this is your own embassy saying this stuff, saying that they are not a bank, they are not a charitable institution, and they cannot help me, but they can contact the Red Cross, they can contact my family in the States. But that's as far as really they were gonna go um, in that far. I mean, I was kind of disappointed that the government didn't really go out to see about if what they can do for me. Well, we are still doing pretty good. We got 14 people, so I'm holding you guys' audience, and I appreciate you guys doing this experiment with me. I I like you guys' comments. Well, yeah, but but see, the son, uh, Joseph's brother, he's been a real bad egg to begin with, and he had a problem, a temper problem from high school, um, all the time. So he, her brother is the bad apple in the family, and um, Josie's family again. They took me in, and they helped me invest my money, my money that I had. Like we bought seed, we bought a buffalo, we bought carabao, we bought pigs, and all this kind of stuff to keep me and my family there. and I bought rice, seed rice, and all these things, so we can make our own money. So that farming was pretty good. I like that, doing that farming style of life. If you like that kind of work, um, we hired people to harvest and plant. So that stuff we hired people to do. Um, but you can make some good money doing farming. So farming wasn't really that bad. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Hey, yeah. I'm not joking about the embassy. Except if you're like a diplomat and you got kidnapped, and then yeah, the Marine will come in and chop you out. But if you're just another swinging dick, they don't care. They don't care who you are. I mean, but if you're somebody of importance, then yeah, they'll bring everybody in. Well, that's a decent sized farm, a 45 acre. Yeah, yeah. We did corn, okra, um, rice, sugar cane, bananas. That like I said, that farming stuff is, if you like that kind of work, it's pretty nice. Oh, my buddy Bill. Hey, buddy. How you doing, Bill? I'm glad to see you. You guys, you guys should go check out Lynn Hawk 59 over in Bacolod. He got a very good channel. I look at his site all the time, and it'd be good for you guys to go check out his site. He has great information. He got some good tips about Bacolod. So I like his. He has a real good channel. Nice seeing you, Bill. Uh, yeah, Bill gave me a shout out a month ago, and I got quite a bit of subscribers from his channel. So I appreciate you, buddy. I appreciate your shout out with me when I needed some help. I got some pretty good subscribers now, and from Seth. He gives me shouts out all the time. So Seth Style, I hope he'll be released. I understand that those lady boys kidnapped him, so hopefully he'll be released. pretty soon, maybe he got to be turning the pink helmet. So yeah, I'm looking forward to Seth coming back because he's the master, and I'm just following. I'm just following his lead. I mean, he's a very good leader, and he's very entertaining. So I really enjoy listening to and participating on his show. So really, this is just a experimental uh, thing that I'm doing because it's nice just to try it out and see how far this could take you. But yeah, I've been talking quite a bit. Maybe I'll just end it end it for a little bit because I don't know how long I'm supposed to be on, and it's almost an hour right now. You guys been with me. I appreciate it because I went up to 15 people, so now I'm down to 10 people. So I appreciate you guys sticking with me for this 1 hour talk. So yeah, this is kind of fun. I get to see what you guys are talking about, so it gives me a chance to talk to you guys. You guys can talk back to me, and then you guys get to chat back and forth to you guys with each other. So it's kind of like a three-way going back and forth. So it gives me a time to talk to you guys. Then it gives you guys time to gives you guys time to BS with each other. But yeah, if I had a guest come on, then it would be a little bit more easier because he could help me take up the slack. Because it's not easy talking straight for 1 hour to you good people and keep you guys on. But right now I'm slowly losing people. Well, I'm gaining people. It's back and forth like a tug of war. Oh man, yeah. Well, yeah, three-way, yeah. Only if it's two hot girls. Yeah, yeah. I went to Kansas City when back in I think it was 2001, and that place was pretty good, but now I guess it's changed quite a bit. Hey, you guys! I appreciate you guys' comments, and I really appreciate you guys coming here and you know talking to me. And I'm sorry it's a little bit slow response, but I'm like again, this is new. I'm just glad you guys could hear me okay. Yesterday was a little bit trial, and I was learning and falling at the same time. Yeah, I'm gonna go to bed too pretty soon. It's 9:31 right now in Kentucky, so I'm also gonna wind it down. But again, I appreciate you guys. Hey, Kokomo's. I went to Kokomo's, and I'll give you a short story about Kokomo's. I went there. It was during the daytime, okay, and the girl that I was with, my business partner, we went to Clark during the daytime, and we went to the duty free, and we drove around, and then we went to the Kokomo's. And Kokomo's looks like a pretty nice place, but it was early in the morning. I think around 10 o'clock in the morning, and I seen they had a nice beer mug, and it said Kokomo's on it. And I went to the waitress, and I asked the waitress, can I buy this mug, the coffee on the beer mug? And she told me it's not for sale. I told her everything's for sale. I mean, the price is right, everything is for sale. And for 1,000 pesos, she sold it to me. I know she pocketed the money, and because she put it in a paper bag, and she put it in a plastic takeout bag, and then she gave it to me. But yeah, and then later on, yeah, my uh, the um the Kokomo mug broke. But that was one of my pride and joys. I like Kokomo's. That's a nice place. I got to sit down on the meat rack in the front of the walkway and watching people walking back and forth. So yeah, I like Kokomo's. Yeah, it was called Field Avenue then, walking the street. Hey, buddy. Thanks, Dave. Um, you know, it's not easy for me being here. Um, I didn't want to come back to the U.S. Uh, my aunt, she rescued me, and she asked me once, how come I didn't come back here earlier to the U.S., like when my mom and dad were still alive? And I told her that I was embarrassed because I failed in the Philippines. I lost my businesses, my money got squandered, and I didn't want to admit about defeat. Okay, and that was one of the hardest things was noticing that you failed, um, admitting that you failed. And that's one of the hardest things to admit to yourself and to other people that you failed. And then I got hurt, and that's when I threw the towel in, and my aunt took charge, and she got me a ticket to Guam. And then from Guam, my church members, they took me in, and they miraculously found my money from the 401k, but the remainder of it. So I come back here, and now I want to go back to the Philippines. I want to try to get up enough money and go back to the Philippines and bring my family to the U.S. And that's what my goal is now, is to return and get my kids into a safer environment. Yeah, it's a challenge. I'm just reading this real fast. Yeah, be grateful with what you got, because if you lose what you have, man, you really feel you really feel it, because then you you don't appreciate what you have until you lose it, and that's what I want to try to show, that when you get something, even if it's just one girl, uh, be happy with what you got. Don't be picky, don't be choosy, and make sure you get the right choice. Okay, don't just fall in love with the first girl that you know comes out. Take your time, and you know it's okay if she's not a beauty queen. Um, the prettier the girl, the more you distrust, and that's pretty much true everywhere we go. But yeah, take your time in a relationship. Um, if you guys meet a girl on the internet and you go to the Philippines and you marry her that same week, I just advise you to maybe wait wait longer than a week, because um, yeah, that's not true love. I mean, you gotta meet somebody. You gotta meet. You gotta see what kind of personality they have, what kind of what kind of if there's any surprises that's gonna come out and get you. And there is too many hidden skeletons in the closets um, everywhere we go. And when we go and we think we have true love, and when you get married, it's not that easy to get out of it, and you don't want to be into a jaws of death eating you away. So yeah, it's a good idea just to slow down and meet her and her family and things things like that. Wow. Are you still married? Well, yeah, it's like I said, it's just a little bit hard to relationships are hard on you. But when you go there, good for you. But when you go there, it's just sometimes we have lust, and the lust can overpower us. I know this stuff. But congratulations, buddy. You know, going on 2 years next month. That's pretty cool. I mean, not everybody has a disaster, um, love affair or love triangle. I had it pretty bad because again I wasn't thinking reality. I was thinking fantasy. You understand that the fantasy is make believe, and these no, I had some Korean students, friends of mine, and they would take me out to these kitty bars, and they would told these girls would come in to where the Koreans are, and my Korean friend said, "This is my girlfriend," and I look at her, I look at her, and she's all snuggled up to this overweight, middle-aged Korean man, and he is saying that this is my girlfriend and all this stuff. I said, yeah, she's your girlfriend when you come in these doors, and when you leave these doors, she's your girlfriend. But when you're gone, you know, it's not real. Okay, the sex is real. You know, the STD is real. Koreans are the number one STD in the Philippines. Um, and I had to take a couple of my I had to take a couple of my I had to take a couple of my Korean students to the doctor, to the clinic, and automatically the doctor seen the Korean, and the doctor laughed, and I go, "What's funny?" He goes, "STD," and I shook my head. So he knew when he seen the Korean, the doctor already knew why why he's there, because he needs a shot of penicillin. So that part's kind of funny. Uh, you know, you gotta be careful. Remember last week, Seth had that man about AIDS and condoms and HIV. That was a very interesting show he had, and it's just a little bit, you know, don't go with unprotected sex. Uh, Even though she's your love of your life, you know, if she's really your true love, both of you guys could go to the doctor, get a checkup, and get a clean bill of health. Then you could start from happily ever after. That's my advice to a new person going to the Philippines. Um, you don't want to get the clap. You don't want to get STD. You don't want to get, oh, I'm pregnant. You, this is your baby. I had a couple of people had that happen too, and you know, it's if the baby is yours, stand up and take responsibility of the child. But you got to be careful about the scam. I only was with you one time. How can this baby be mine? Yeah. So yeah, these things you got to be careful about. Um, if you're gonna go to the Philippines just for a vacation, um, be careful about the time of year you go there, because now it's rainy season. So it's wherever you go, it's gonna be rainy and muddy and discomfort. But if you go there in the summertime, it's gonna be pretty hot there. So you gotta be careful about the heat and the heat. Because maybe we're not fully adjusted by that temperature, and we got to be careful about if we about heat exhaustion. So it's but the Philippines is a good place, happy place. A, a lot of people are really legitimately happy happy people. So it's it's a good place, but you got to be careful. Excuse me. You got to be careful about how much money you show, how much money you bring. Don't be flashy. Like if you got a nice watch, wear a cheap watch when you go out. You know, I mean, these things you got to be careful about because there are eyes that's on you all the time. So it's just good to it's just good to have somebody on your back. Again, if you're gonna go to the Philippines, and if you know somebody in the Philippines like Seth or Tuk Tuk, and if you could get a hold of them, and maybe they could point you to a good hotel, where they could point you to a good place to go hang out. These kind of informations is very valuable. So have a good game plan on when you go, things what you want to do. Exactly. The moment you land, you're a target because um, everybody knows you. You just arrived. The taxi cab drivers, they could pull a scam on you. When you get in out of the taxi, make sure you look around. Make sure you didn't drop or forget something in the back of the trunk. Always be um, visual of your surroundings. Don't trust don't trust too many people, and don't go out with a pocket full of money, and don't go out with an attitude of you're gonna go have a good time, and just be careful. Um, Really, it's just a good thing to be aware of where you're at. Learn your um, what's around you, for you won't get lost. That's very important. You don't want to get lost on your first day. Like if you want to go out jogging, and then you step into a store and then you lose your bearings. So that part you got to be careful about. But these are different stories that we can talk about on another time. Right now, I'm going to start winding it down. Exactly. That's what I just said, buddy. Uh, you're saying that the taxi driver, he tried to drive off with your stuff. You jumped in the back of the truck. Yeah, yeah, because they would try to do that scam. You get out and then you hurry up and leave. One day, my one of my buddies took me out for dinner, and I put my cell phone. I was in the back seat of the taxi, and I put the cell phone like underneath my leg, because I wasn't using it, and I didn't want to put it in my pocket, so I put it underneath my leg. And when I got out of the taxi, and the taxi cab driver drove away, and he must have seen my cell phone, and my buddy called the phone, my cell phone, and the guy, he already took out the SIM card. That's how fast he was. So yeah, you gotta don't look around before you get out of the taxi, before you close the door. Take a good look. Maybe you drop coins. Maybe you put your hand in your pocket, you pull it out like something, and money fall out. And don't forget you got something in the trunk. So yeah, you gotta be careful. Just be careful about where you're at, what you're doing. Again, safety first. But yeah, again, it's a good adventure, but don't let the adventure turn into a horror story. Again, I could say that because it happened to me. So, I mean, um, right now I just need to save money. I do got a GoFundMe site, so I better put that in real fast. I do got a GoFundMe site, so if you're interested in it, I'll drop down about the site, and but it's under GoFundMe. And then you type out my name, Kevin Hankinson. Just in case if you guys are interested for that, like if you're interested in, $5, $2, $1, heck, anything is better than nothing. I mean, I am collecting um, SSI disability, um, but that part is only not doing that great um, money wise. But right now I'm trying to save money, and just if I could go back to my family. Yeah. Oh yeah. Like I said, those taxi cab drivers, they will try to get you. That's good. But again, it's good that you have uh, a family member or somebody to fall back on to help you out. Um, Again, when you go there at the beginning, you have nobody, and it takes time to build trust. It takes time to build unity. So, but yeah, again, I'm down to six watchers now watching me. So I am gonna just wind it down. And again, I appreciate this was pretty fun. I hope my stories were halfway listenable, and I had a pretty good time with you guys. And I'll try to come back again maybe next week. I'll try to be a little bit more organized. It'd be nice if I could find somebody to come on with me and give me, you know. So if you guys want to come on, give me your email, and we'll work something out and have you come on and be a guest with me. That'd be kind of fun. But yeah, thanks, Richard. All right, you guys, I really appreciate it. We've been an hour and a half. That's pretty cool. Yeah, Mike, you came in late, buddy. Yeah, you got to be careful about those taxi cab drivers. In the U.S., the taxi cab drivers, they're afraid of getting robbed. Heck, in the Philippines, the the taxi cab drivers are the ones that's doing the robbing. So that's kind of messed up. But yeah, I'm gonna wind this down. Again, I appreciate you guys um, doing this experiment with me, and thanks for watching. And because again, this is new, and I want to have. I like to do this again, but it's up to you guys because you guys are the ones that's going to be watching. So if you, later on, if you guys come on and you can leave some comments, hopefully good comments, and some pointers about what to talk about. I'm also like Seth. I'm not a I'm not a smart person, and I rely on people to give me information and storylines and things to talk about. You know, it's nice to come on here and BS with everybody, and maybe I could tell you something that might be helpful in time. So that's why I give my stories, because maybe you guys can watch and maybe I can help you if you have something going on. No, yeah, but that's a relationship going bad in the Philippines. Yeah, that I had that happen to me also when I had more than one relationship at the same time. But that's another story. They, yeah, that'll be another good story. Relationship gone bad. That's a good thought, Mike. Oh, I know. I'm not the only one that has horror stories. I mean, I'm sure there's a horror story coming out everywhere, buddy. Uh, a lot of people don't want to admit about their horror story, because they are private or they don't want to be, recognized as something that went bad. A horror story is difficult to swallow. All right, buddy. You guys. Again, I can't say this enough, but thanks. Yeah, it's just now turning 10 o'clock here in Kentucky, so I'm gonna let you guys go. And I think we did a good job. I'll know by the feedback when you guys give me some. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's good advice. I'll try to read your messages out loud for people to understand what we're talking about. Good job, buddy. Yeah. Well, I hope I sounded good. I mean, you could hear me nice and clear. I don't have no fancy microphones pointed right at my face. So again, I just hope everything is going good on this live broadcast. But again, until next time, you guys, always be safe and always think before you do something. And remember, tomorrow's a new day. If you feel down, talk to a friend. turn on the YouTube. You know, they got so much stuff on here that they gotta cheer somebody up. You know, advice, humor, drama. Be careful of the drama. That drama, boy, that could drag you down. Don't pay no much attention to that drama stuff. All that blah blah blah. That blah 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 can hold you down too, like quicksand. All right, you guys. I'm gonna slowly turn this off. But hey, Mike, thanks for coming on. Yeah, I appreciate you. Hey, maybe next time I could have you come on the show and talk to me. How does that sound, Mikey? So, all right, you guys. All right, Mike. uh, you can get a hold of me on Facebook. You can leave a message on my Facebook if you want to come on sometime. That'd be pretty fun. All right, brother. All right, you guys. This is Big Kevin saying so long. Always be safe, and I'll see you on the next ride. I'm gonna log off. All right, you guys. This has been fun. Yeah, Mikey. My if you have my Facebook, it's Kevin Hankinson. Again, Kevin, and here, I'll just write it down. That's if you want to give me a message on my Facebook. If you want to come on later on, sometime next week. But yeah, this was fun. I learned something new. You know, if we can learn something new every day, then we are in progress, right? So that's pretty good. But I'll talk to you guys later on. Yeah. I didn't have time to read all the comments you guys made, so I'm just gonna hold back a little bit and take a look at some of the messages that you guys left me. Hopefully they were good. All right, you guys. Always be safe. Bye. All right, you guys. Here we go.